Hi guys, so welcome back ulit sa ating YouTube channel. So ito na yung next na lesson after na ating local linear approximation. So this is all about related rates and time rates. So medyo kapareha siya actually ni optimization problem, pero may mga suggestion ulit ako dito paano siya isa-solve. So sabi ko nga, ito muna basahin natin. So a problem on related rates is a problem involving rates of change of several variables where one variable is dependent on another. So in particular, if y is dependent on x, then the rate of change of y with respect to t is dependent to the rate of change of x with respect to t. So that is dy over dt is dependent on dx over dt. So ito nga, ang gagawin natin dito is i-differentiate natin yung x and y variable with respect sa t. So kasi nga time yung pinag-uusapan natin dito. So ito medyo kakaiba siya kasi nga baka first time lang nakita. Okay, so actually first time na talaga totally nakita iba dito. Okay, so suggestions in solving problems involving related rates. Okay, so number 1, let t denote that the elapsed time. If possible, draw a diagram of the problem that is valid for any time t greater than 0. So assume na sa atin or presume na sa atin yan since di-differentiate naman talaga natin totally lahat sa t. Then more likely mas maganda drawing time diagram. So mas kailangan lagi talaga totally ng diagram. Okay, so number 2, select variables to represent the quantities that change with respect to time. So label those quantities whose values do not depend on t. Okay, so select variable to represent the quantities that change with respect to time. So more likely gamitin natin si x and y or x lang minsan. Okay, then siyempre di-differentiate natin siya with t. So hindi na magiging y prime si ating y. Okay, ito na hindi na siya magiging y prime. Okay, so actually pwede pa naman. So dapat si x prime kasi nga with respect sila sa t. Pero again, ang kailangan natin gamitin dito is yung term o yung ating symbol na dx over dt and dy over dt. Okay, so number 3, so write down any numerical facts known about the variables. Interpret each rate of change as the derivative of the variable with respect to time. Then remember that if a quantity decreases over time, then its rate of change is negative. So again, kung nagde-decrease siya, tama yan, no? So kung nagde-decrease siya, dapat siya ay negative. So for example, sliding downward, meaning negative yon. Okay, so for example, increasing siya, positive siya, or decreasing, o kunyari may term na, kunyari nag-e-expand. So kung nag-e-expand siya ay positive. So kunyari nag-i-slide yung isang bagay, negative. So sa example nag-i-slide, kunyari ay mayroong parang nakapatong or parang naka-angkla. So nag-i-slide siya baba, so that is negative something. Okay, the next is number 4, identify what is being asked. So number 5, write an equation relating the variables that is valid at all time t greater than 0. Okay, then number 6, differentiate the equation in 5 implicitly with respect sa t. So yan yung sinasabi ko. Number 7, substitute in the equation, obtain in 6 all the values that are valid at the particular time of interest. So I guess ito yung suggestion ko. Sa diagram, ilalagay ko na lahat ng mga given. Okay, so ilalagay ko na yung mga na-observe ko, tapos lalagay ko rin syempre yung given rather sa baba. Okay, so based sa nakuha natin na interpretation. So number 8, solve for what being is asked. So solve what is being asked. Sorry, then do not forget to include the correct units of measurement. So note before ako mag-move. So when we say, pag nakita mo to, okay, that is the derivative of x with respect to t. This is similar to dx over dt. Okay, so for example, binigyan kita ng ganito, derivative with respect sa t ng x squared plus y, that is simply equal sa 2x, then meron pang dx over dt plus dy over dt. Okay, so ganyan yung magiging example natin dito. So medyo maninibago ka pero dapat masanay ka na ganyan yung gagawin natin. Okay, so let's have example para makita mo yung gagawin natin. So tuloy ko na to, guys, para makita din na. Okay, so for number 1, so a 15 feet ladder leans against a vertical wall. So again, nandiyan yung word na vertical. So alam mo na, hindi na nakatabing yung wall. So sir baka tabingi, sir baka butas. So again, vertical wall. So a 15 feet ladder leans against a vertical wall. If the top starts sliding downward, so tumasin mo, if the top is sliding downward, yung taas mismo, yung patong dun sa taas ng ating wall, bumababa siya pababa. Okay, at the rate of 4 feet per second, determine how fast the lower end moves when it is 12 feet from the wall. So drawing muna natin para ma-imagine nyo rin. Okay, so assuming ito yung wall, so guys dito ko lang na i-drawing, so lalakihan ko konti. So kailangan lakihan, so assuming yan yung wall, so assuming that we have ladder, assuming may ladder tayo dito. Okay, so assuming na ladder yan, okay, so sabi yung ladder daw is 12 feet from the, so this is 12 feet. Okay, so 12 feet siya doon. Tapos yung ladder natin is 15 feet. So 15 feet long. So this is 15 feet long. Okay. So ayun yung ating illustration sa diagram. Ngayon, ito yung mga given talaga totally. So ngayon ang sabi, so a 15 feet ladder leans against a wall. So this is the wall. Okay, then if the top starts sliding, so yung top is nag-i-slide, meaning pababa. Okay, so imagine niyo kung nag-i-slide siya pababa, saan papunta to? It's either pabalik ba o papunta palabas. So, sample na lang natin. I guess, mahirap kasi maghanap ng pwede natin example. So, kuha tayo dito. Kuha tayo ng miniature para ma-imagine yung mga ewan ko na hindi na-imagine yung dapat gawin. Okay, so assuming ayan siya. Okay, so assuming ayan siya. Okay, so kung nag-slide yung top, okay, kung nag-slide yung top, pansin mo, lumalayo. Okay, kung nag-slide yung top, lumalayo yung dulo, yung tip ng ballpen natin. Okay, so kung nag-slide yung top, meaning, so assuming dito siya nag-slide, so movement niya is downward. So assuming nag-slide siya, dun siya pupunta. Okay, so we all know na ito yung Y. Okay, so yung part na to, ito yung ating Y. Okay, then itong part na to, ito yung ating X. Okay, so also we all know na itong part na to, ito yung X. So let me call this, ito yung X natin. Okay, so kung bumababa siya, so sabi na at the rate of 4 feet per second, so meaning ito yung dy over dx. So itong part na to, yan yung dy over dt rather, which is equal sa negative 4. So negative 4 feet per second. Okay, now ang hinahanap is determine how fast the lower end, so ito yung lower end, moves when it is 12 feet. So ito yung hinahanap. So ang hinahanap natin is itong part na to. Okay, so ang hinahanap natin is yung movement ng dx over dt, kasi dun siya papunta. Okay, so sir, ito, napansin mo, hindi siya pabalik. Kung pabalik siya, negative eh. Since papunta siya, alam natin positive siya. So ito, since pababa siya, alam natin siya ay negative. So ang hinahanap natin is dx over dt. So, sir, medyo kakaiba. Yes, medyo kakaiba to, pero hoping na magets mo yung idea. So, sir, paano po ba natin sasagutan? So, una, lagay mo natin yung mga given. What is given? So, given natin dito is x natin is 12 feet. Okay, yung hypotenuse natin is 15 feet. So, obvious naman 15 feet yung hypotenuse. Yung dy over dx, dy over dt rather, is equal to negative 4 feet per second. Okay, so ayan lang yung ating given. So, we will start with this formula. So, aware tayo na by Pythagorean theorem. So, assuming hindi natin alam to, kasi nga dito tayo nag-start eh. 15-foot ladder leans against a vertical wall. So, ayan yung starting nating statement. So, a 15-foot ladder leans against a wall. So, meaning it forms a right triangle with hypotenuse 15. So, meaning it forms a right triangle with x squared plus y squared is equal to 15 squared. So, sir, ba't may ganyan? Yan yung ating Pythagorean theorem. So, yan yung unang basis natin. Okay, so by Pythagorean theorem, that is true. Okay, now, we need to differentiate it with respect sa t. So, differentiate the whole equation with respect sa t. So, meaning, di-differentiate natin siya. Yung x squared plus y squared Then di-differentiate din natin to with respect sa t, yung 15 squared. So we all know that 2x x squared differentiated by t, that is 2x dx over dt, plus this is 2y, then this is dy over dt is equal to 0. Okay, now ang gusto natin hanapin is dx over dy. Tama? So divide natin both side by 2, so cancel na lang ito na yan. So matitira na lang is just x dx over dt. Tapos lipat ko na to, this is negative y dy dt. Okay, so therefore ang formula natin na required is just equal sa dx over dt is equal to negative y over x times dy over dt. Okay, now may problema tayo dito. Sir, bakit? Ang problema natin is given lang yung hypotenuse, given yung x, hindi natin alam yung value ng y. So since by Pythagorean theorem malalaman natin yung value ng y, so sir, paano po hanapin yung value ng y? Y is just equal sa y squared is equal to 15 squared minus 12 squared. Sir, saan nakuha yung 12 squared? Dito. Okay, so therefore y is equal to square root ng 15 squared minus 12 squared. So ilan yan? So computer natin, square root ng 15 squared minus 12 squared, that is 9. Okay, so this is simply 9. Okay, so therefore the value of dx over dt, so dx over dt is equal to negative 9 over x is 12 multiplied by negative 4 feet per second. Okay, so negative 9 feet over 12 feet, cancel lang yung feet, so wala matitira. So that is simply 36, no? So negative 9 times 4, negative 9 times negative 4 is 36, divided by 12, that is 3. So meaning dx over dt is just equal sa 3 feet per second. So ito yung changes nung dx. So tama naman, positive yung lumabas. So again, pag negative, magduda ka na sa sagot mo. Kasi nga, imagine mo yun, bumaba na, lumaki na to, sabi mo pa negative. So huwag mo na ipaglaban pa. Okay, so next example. Ito medyo application analytic geometry. So hindi ko na siya inuhiwalay kasi hindi naman ako ganun karami magpa-exam sa or magtanong sa time rates. So ideal lang na talagang time rates siya. So magdadaanan pa kasi talaga natin to sa as we go through sa calculus 3D for marami tayong pag-uusapan pa sa time rate. So talagang kinontihan ko na siya dito. So again, application na ito ng differential ng equation ng differential calculus niya. Okay, so proceed. A point moves along the parabola y squared is equal to 12x in such a way, nasabi niya, no, a point moves along the parabola y squared is equal to 12x in such a way, the abscissa, tama, no? So the abscissa, such a way that the abscissa increases uniformly at the rate of 2 inches per second. So since increases, positive siya. As the point passes 3,6, determine the rate of change of the ordinate. So rate of change of ordinate meaning rate of change nung y. Okay, so as long as the point passes yung ating, so sir, ano pinakamagandang gawin dito? Siyempre graph. Okay, so since y squared is equal to 12x, so we all know that this is a parabola opening upward, tas medyo mas malaki yung opening niya kasi 12 yung ating coefficient. So meaning pag dinrawing, assuming na ito yung ating magiging drawing, so assuming na malaki siya, okay, so ayan siya. So ngayon meron daw point, okay, so may point P. So assuming may point tayo dito, okay, so may movement siya. Ang movement niya pagpataas, this is dy over dt. Kasi yung gumagalaw yung y part. Ang movement niya dito, this is just dx over dt. Ngayon, merong point dito, somewhere, si 3,6. Okay, ngayon, ang gusto niya malaman, determine the rate of change determine the rate of change nung ating y o nung coordinate pag nagpass na yung ating point doon. So note na yung galaw ng ating dx over dt o nung abscissa natin is equal to 2 inches per second. So this is 2 inches per second. Okay, so Note, sir, anong gagawin dyan? May given naman tayo equation, that is y squared is equal to 12x. So, suot ko lang din yung mga given para di tayo malito. So, given, so note the abscissa or x is equal to 3, y is equal to 6, based sa given natin. Kasi dyan siya gagalaw eh. As the point passes doon, okay, so sabi na kasi kailangan tumama doon. So, observe natin yung dy over dx. So, next is dx over dt. So, meron tayo nun, dx over dt. So, since nag-i-increase siya, so this is just 2 inches per second. Okay, note na meron tayong given na equation which is y squared is equal to 12x. So, yun yung ating sasagutan. So, from y squared is equal to 12x. So, differentiate natin to with respect sa t. So, this is just 2y dy over dt is equal to 12 dx over dt. Okay, then divide both side by 2y kasi ang hinahanap natin yung rate of change ng ordinate kasi dy over dt yan. So, this is just dy over dt is just equals sa 12 over 2y tama, then multiplied by dx over dt. Okay, so ganyan yung magiging formula niya, no? So, meaning, dy over dt is just equal sa 6 over y multiplied by dx over dt. So, this is just equal sa dy over dt is equal to 6 over 6 multiplied by 2 inches per second. Okay, note that dy over dt is just equal sa 2 inches per second din. So, parehas lang sila ng galaw daw. Okay, so sir, may explanation ba bakit ganyan? So, hindi ko na masyadong kailangan pa elaborate. Yan kasi yung lumabas sa sagot. Okay, so sir, bakit parehas? I don't know. I guess dahil yung ating parabola is masyado symmetric talaga siya totally. Kumbaga, equal part siya dito. Saka yung distribution ng point eh. So, kumbaga yung galaw niya doon. Saka yung given, 3,6. Okay, so yan yung sa ating number 3. Okay, number 2, sorry. So, number 3. So, water is pouring. So, kung sinabing pouring yung nalalagyan mo, parang nalalagyan. So, kumbaga parang nilalagyan. Pour eh. So, nalalagyan nga, tama. A water is pouring in an inverted cone. So, inverted meaning yung parang pa-ice cream, apa. Okay, so pag sinabi kong cone, usually kasi ang drawing mo pag ganun, no? Okay, so since inverted, alam mo na para siyang apa. So, sabi nga, a water is pouring in an inverted cone at the rate of 8 cubic feet per minute. Okay, so kumbaga nalalagyan siya at the rate of 8 cubic feet per minute. Magkakalaman. So, meaning yung volume mismo yung nagkakaroon. Okay, so if the height of the cone is 12 feet and the radius of its base is 6 feet, how fast is the water level rising when the water is 4 feet deep? So, medyo, no? So, sir, medyo kakaiba. Okay, so, when the water is 4 feet deep. Okay, so, when the water is 4 feet deep. So, check natin ano may mga dapat nating isolve dito. So, syempre, drawing tayo ng diagram muna. So, gagawa ko ng inverted cone. No? So, pagpasensya na ulit ang drawing ni sir. So, dahil calculus to, more on drawing din talaga ako. Tadan. So, ayan yung cone. Okay, so ngayon, sabi niya, water is pouring. So, assuming na may nagpo-pour na water dito, po-pour. Classic, masyadong ano. So, assuming na may water na dyan. So, assuming na ayan na yung water. Okay, so pangalanan natin siyang water. Okay, para maintindihan mo, sir, water. Medyo tabing yung code, no? Okay, so ano gagawin natin? So, water is pouring into an inverted cone at the rate of 8 cubic feet per minute. So, if the height of the cone is 12 feet, so meaning yung buong height niya is 12 feet. Kung yung height ng buong cone natin is 12 feet. Okay. Next is yung, and the radius of its base is 6 feet. So, meaning yung radius dito is 6. Okay, so let me call this, itong part na to is R, radius siya. So, dito meron din H na height. Sir, ba't mo nilagyan? Habang kasing nilalagyan natin to, kasi ang gusto natin i-compute is yung rate of change nito nung paglagay ng water sa loob. Okay? So, meaning, meron tayong mga given na ganyan. So, lagay ko lang yung mga given ha. So, given natin is radius nung cone mismo is 12 feet. Yung height, 6 feet, sorry. So, yung height ng mismong cone, ng buong malaking cone natin is 12 feet. Tapos, yung change of volume niya, so that is dB over dt. So, that is dB over dt. So, kumbaga yung paglagay sa loob is 8 cubic. So, 8 cubic feet per second, per minute. Okay, so, ang gusto niya malaman is how fast the water level rising when the water is 4 feet deep. Okay, so, kung gaano kataas to pataas. So, meaning yung dH, ang hinahanap natin is dH over dt. Okay, so, ayan yung ating gagawin. Okay, so check natin ano ba yung mga dapat gawin natin dito. So, kung napansin mo, sir, meron tayong given nito, ang hinahanap is dH over dt. Given the fact na wala tayong dr over dt. So, wala po tayo, sir, na dr over dt na given. So, medyo mapaisip ka, no? Ngayon, may gagawin si sir. Kung napansin mo, ako i-drawing ko lang kung i-magnified ko lang to something. Okay, so ganyan kasi itsura niya in total. So this is R, so this is H para dito. Para sa malaki, this is 12. Okay, then this is 6. Okay, so by similar triangle, so kung aware ka doon, so by similar triangle, yung property or theorem doon, we have R over H is just equal sa 6 over 12. Okay, so that is R over H is equal to 6 over 12. So, by similar right triangle. So, ang goal natin is hanapin natin yung value ng R in terms of H. Kasi nga, sir, bakit mo kailangan hanapin yung value ng R in terms of H? Kasi wala tayong change of R na given. Meron tayong change of B, may change of B, pero ang gusto natin hanapin, change of H lang. So, meaning, hanapin natin yung R dito. So, R is just equal sa 1/2. Okay, so that is 1/2 plus times H, so this is just H over 2. Okay, at any time T. So, meaning, meron tayo R is equal to H over 2. So, proceed tayo sa formula or the volume ng ating cone. So, ang volume ng cone is 1/3 pi. So, 1/3 pi R squared. So, this is 1/3 pi R squared H. Tapos, ipalit muna natin yung R na yan. Okay, so kaya ako kinuha yung R na yan in terms of H kasi ang given lang is dB, then hahanapin is dH over dt. So pag kinumpit kasi natin dito, may dr na mag-i-exist. Okay, so since wala tayong dr na given, ito yung kailangan natin, kunin natin yung H over t. Palit natin to. So subject lang muna natin, this is B is equal to 1/3 pi, then palitan ko to ng H over 2 square, tas H. So therefore, this is B is equal to 1 over 12, I guess, kasi 2 squared is 4 times 3, that is 12. 1/3 pi H cube. So therefore, ayan yung ating gagamitin. Then, now, differentiate natin siya with respect sa T. So again, i-differentiate natin siya with respect sa T. So, differentiate with respect sa T. So, this is dB over dt is just equal sa 1 over 12 pi multiply by 3h squared plus dh over dt. Okay, so ang goal natin is, sir, computin daw natin, so how fast is the water level rising when the water is 4 feet deep. So meaning, yung h na 12 feet na to, pag ito yung sinabsolute natin, mismo yung buo na. Okay, so yung mismo buo na yung consider natin. Ngayon, dahil sabi na when 4 feet deep, so meaning yung lalim lang is 4 feet, ang gagamitin natin dito is just h. Pero before yon, syempre solve muna natin yung dh. So this is just so dB over dt is equal to 3 over 12 is just 1 over 4. So pwede ko nang gawin tong pi h squared over 4 then multiply by dh over dt. So solve for dh over dt. So dh over dt is equal to, I guess this is 4 over pi h squared times dB over dt. Okay, so ayan yung i-compute natin. So now let us compute for dH over dt. when h is equal to 4. Kasi yun yung hinahanap natin totally. So when h is equal to 4. So that is 4 over pi, then 4 square multiplied by, ano yung dB? dB natin is 8 feet cube, 8 cubic feet then per minute. Okay, then note na ito ay, ano yung magiging sagot dito? So magiging sagot dito dapat is something na feet na lang. Sir, bakit feet na lang po? Kasi meron tayo ditong given na kumbaga feet square to, kasi 4 feet square. So 4 feet square tapos feet cube. So feet cube divided by feet squared. So cancel na lang yung feet, no? So isang feet na lang siya totally. So again, may dalawang 4 din dito, 4 4. Tama? So parang 4 4 2 yung factor nun. So dalawang 4 cancel na. So may matita lang 2 sa taas. So therefore, ano yung magiging sagot natin dito? Ang magiging sagot lang natin dito is just 2 over pi, I guess, para mas complete, feet per minute. So therefore, ito yung kanyang bilis ng pagpuno o yung pag level, yung rise ng pag-rise ng water level natin. So again, paano naging 2 over pi? Kasi 4 tas 4 tas 2. Cancel yung dalawang 4 kasi 4 squared. Then bakit naging feet? Kasi cubic feet, feet squared. Sir, ito po walang unit. Walang unit yung 4 na yan kasi galing sa formula yan. Okay, na-cancel na siya totally talaga dyan. Okay, so therefore ito yung bilis ng water level rising niya. Okay. Okay, so for number 4, the radius of a right circular cone. So a right circular cone is increasing at the rate of 1 cm per second. Determine the rate of change of its volume. So tumalon. So determine the rate of change of its volume while the altitude is decreasing. Okay, so again sino mo, habang lumalaki yung ating cone, so lumalaki siya, kumbaga lumalaki yung radius na, lumalaki yung area, pero bumababa yung taas. Okay, so ito ay instant na wag niyo isipin na sir, parang lumalaki lang siya. Hindi ganoon siya. So literal, pag binababa ko yung altitude, so kumbaga binababa ko yung pinakataas niya, lumalaki naman, pumaplat yung area niya. Okay, so assuming na natin ito yung right circular cone. Okay, so anong nangyayari kasi, ang sinasabi dyan is habang bumababa yung lumiliit yung altitude niya, kasi decreasing yung altitude lumiliit yung altitude, lumalaki naman to, kumbaga may expand. Okay, so galing yun nangyayari sa kanya. Okay, so meaning kumbaga gaganto siya, kumbaga it turns into this, well ganyan na siya, sobrang liit. Okay, so ganyan yung nangyayari. Okay, so again, lagay natin, no? So when the volume is when its radius is 8, so yung radius is 8 daw, yung altitude is 12 cm, 20 cm. Tapos yung rate increasing, yung dahil increasing to, so meaning yung dagdag konti dyan, okay, kumbaga yung dagdag konti na nangyari dyan is dr over dt. So since increasing siya, so that is 1 cm per second. Okay, so since decreasing naman si altitude natin, so ito ay decreasing, so since decreasing siya, ito naman ay merong dh over dt is equal to negative 3 cm per second. Okay, so dapat makita mo kung paano siya na-compute. Okay, so ngayon ang goal natin, hanapin natin si dB over dt. So ito medyo madali kasi ano ba formula ng cone? So ano ba yung formula ng cone natin? So kanina kakasolve lang natin, cone din yata yung kanina, no? So ang cone natin is, ang volume ng cone natin is just 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay, then kunin natin yung dB. So dB over dt is equal to 2/3 pi r. So sir, ba't naging 2/3? Bababa yung 2, kaya ginawa ko ng 2/3. Tapos nagkaroon dito ng 2/3 pi r, tapos meron ng dr over dt. Okay, then dyan, so note na yan ay by, ayun, buti na lang. So hindi ko muna solve, sorry, napakita. So again, 1/3 pi, so labas ko yung 1/3 pi. So 1/3 pi Tapos, kukumputin natin yung power rule ng r squared saka h squared. So, this is r squared. Una is r squared dh over dt. Then, plus h multiplied by 2r dr over dt. Okay, so again, nag-power rule ako na may kasamang dh over dt. So, ayun nangyari. No? udb plus bdu. Okay, then simplify natin further. This is db dt is equal to 1/3 pi, so multiplied by r squared dh over dt plus 2rh plus dr over dt. Okay, then compute natin since db yung hinahanap. db over dt is just equal to 1/3 pi multiplied by r squared, that is 8. So this is 8 square. Tapos yung dh over dt natin is negative 3. This is negative 3 cm per second. Okay, then plus 2 times 8 times 20 times dr over dt. This is 1 cm over second per second. Okay, so compute na lang natin yan. So, ang rate of change, so since volume siya, so ang rate of change ng volume natin is in cubic centimeter per second dapat. So, wag nyo na masyadong color. So, again, pag dh over dt, sama dapat isang unit lang. Okay, so opposite tayo dyan. That is 8 squared. 8 squared multiplied by negative 3. Okay, then plus 2 times 8 times 20. Okay, so that is 128 divided by 3. So yung nasa loob, 128 lang sa loob divided by 3, that is 128 over 3. So therefore db over dt is just 128 over 3 pi. Then this is cubic centimeter per second. Okay, so therefore ito yung change ng kanyang volume. Okay, so that's all in this video. So again, check natin so 64 times negative 3. So 64 times 3, that's negative 192. So negative 192 plus I guess 40 times 20, that is 608. So check ko lang ulit, no? So 8 squared pa rin, sorry. So 64 times negative 3. Okay, then plus 2 times 8 times 20. Okay, that is 128. So tama ako dun sa loob. Okay, then 128 divided by 3, that is 128 over 3 pi, then cubic centimeter per second. Again, so that's all for this video. So sorry kung kinontehan ko example ng time rates ko kasi hindi ko naman siya dadamihan talaga totally. So kung magkakaroon man ng madami, siguro mga 5 lang siya, then medyo similar din siya. So may challenging pero hindi ganun karami. So mas marami pa rin yung optimization problem. Okay, so yung last video natin para sa chapter na to or just sa preliminary na to is yung curvature and radius of curvature.